Hello there, fellow Legends of Runeterra players. So, spoiler season started. Let's go. First of all, we have the Grumble Slag. 2 mana, 2/3 attune. It's on Bandle City and Bilgewater. So, double region card, another one. Uh, I think it could be an interesting card to play because attune, of course, it's on the early game, so you can put something on the board and still save your spell mana for future plays. And now with the nerf that Nami got, I think this can be quite interesting to play in that deck. I don't know, maybe we will have a slower Nami deck. Second, here is Yardo Captain. 4 mana for 4, Bandle City. When you summon another ally with equal or less power than me, grant it +1/+1. So it's pretty important to note that this here is a Yardo, right? So I think it can be created by a Grenadier, if I'm correct. I don't know if it's like a Yardo with 3 or less attack. I think that might be it. If not, man, Battle City Allegiance might be actually a thing. Um, People are somewhat worried about this card because we have Poppy already. So there is this concept in card games called critical mass. Not only in card games, but in card games especially. Uh, when you have too much of the same card, too much of the same effect, of the same type of card, you can end up having a really powerful deck even if those cards by themselves are not that strong. Burn decks are the prime example of this, right? You sometimes play really crappy cards in burn decks because they are just what you need to finish the game. Just enough amount of cards that do damage. So even if you have a couple of bad cards that do damage, maybe they cost too much mana or they do just a tiny bit of damage, it's good enough for that deck. So I'm not particularly worried about Yardo Captain. Um, but yeah, it's a powerful card. I think that it's somewhat obvious, but I don't think it will be broken actually. Because the thing with Poppy, you put her on the field and on the same turn, if you have the attack token at least, you already get value. Yardo Captain, you pretty much have to wait just a turn, or maybe you play him on turn 5 with a 1 drop, but yeah, I'm not sure. And it's not a double region card. This is really important for this one because it cannot get discounted or created by Battle City Mayor. That would be bonkers. But it's not a case, so it's fine. And here I'm gonna move my head just a bit. Whoops. So we take a peek at Minion. Minion is a Battle City Shadow Isles cards 2/1 for 2 mana. Last breath, create a copy of me in hand at round end. And I don't know exactly who, but a Redditor said that it's like Iceborne Legacy time. So we're definitely doing that on the stream for the memes, Have a whole bunch of giant ass minions. Uh, I think this is an interesting card, but I don't see the potential. Because the body is rather weak. Maybe in some control decks as a 1 or 2 of, because it can be like a prime blocker, right? Because you generate a new blocker every time this dies. But it is a round end. So if it was not at round end, this would be pretty bonkers, I guess. But since it's at the round end, it is harder to see potential in it, I think. And now we go to Gust Monk. So here we have this recall team. being worked. So Yasuo players, I bet you are happy to see this because I mean with Leona we got some stun potential and whatnot with Aphelios as well, but recall is not everything. Um, and I want to compare Gustmonk with the landmark. It's like Mount of Hirana, Temple of Hirana, something like that. The one that gives you a recall card every single round start, I guess. So Gustmonk is a 2/2 when I summon create a Cloud Stance in hand. And Cloud Stance is not only a token card, it's actually a card as well. And I think it's a rather powerful card. It's a burst speed, 1 mana, give an ally 2 more attack and 0 more defense. And round end, recall me this round. That was probably the weirdest way to read a card, but so it can be used as a combat trick, to get some trades. So that's always nice. And now we have that in Battle City. It's the first combat trick from Battle City, right? In by giving stats to the unit. I'm pretty sure. And the thing here is, okay, Out of Irana always gives you a recall card, so you can use it every single turn. But the thing with Gustmonk is that he's a unit as well, so he can always block stuff. So landmarks have this not issue. It's not an issue at all. I like the design of landmarks for the most part. They are kind of a tempo loss, you know. You are putting something to get value later. In Gustmonk, it's kind of instant value because you have the unit to block and attack with in certain matchups, and 1 mana to have a spell mana. It's pretty easy as well. So yeah, the recall is happens at round end. So this is not a combat trick, and at the same time, it is like a counter removal. It doesn't. Unless in some really niche scenarios with Death Mark that gives the unit ephemeral or something like that. And here we have Tornado Warrior. Oh, and they are both Yordles. 2 mana, 2/2. Battle City as well. When in summon, grant me +1/+0 and a random keyword. I keep these stat buffs and keywords when I'm recalled. So this is a really solid recall reward. Like, because when you summon him, he will be a 3/2 with a random keyword. There are a lot of strong random keywords. I think you mostly wouldn't like uh, impact. Impact's kind of augment is not that good as well. But the thing is, when you recall, you summon him and he will not only get the buffs, he will get even more buffs because it is a summon effect. He has a summon effect as well, right? And the way it is worded here, I keep these stat buffs and keywords. So maybe it's only the ones that are granted by himself. Otherwise, it might be kind of bonkers. But I think even if the card is like this, which it should be by the way it's worded, I think it's a pretty solid and strong card, and might actually see decent play. Yasuo, I don't know. You have to fit these Battle City recall cards, plus some stunts from Yasuo. Yeah, maybe I can see that. Maybe I can see that, especially because Cloud Stance is a combat trick. So maybe in a pinch you can use it to recall something, but it's a solid combat trick otherwise, for this region especially. I mean, We have twin disciplines in Ionia, so but Cloud Stance is 1 mana, and finally we have the last three. And actually, wanna show you guys a bit. Let's see who are the veteran players and viewers here. First off, we have Quicken, Fast Speed Spell. These are all mana as well. Recall a unit with 3 or less power. So it can be either yours or from your opponent. It can be a follower or a champion. So people are saying, "Oh, this makes Lux, Trash, and Swain and also weak." But we already have Culling Strike, which kill all of these for just +1 mana. And if you are playing against the deck with Quicken, that runs Quicken, and you are playing Trash or some of these other champions. I mean, Trash not, but some of those you can hold on to them until they are leveled up, like Swain, for instance. But Lux and Trash, yeah, they will have a hard time against Quicken. But a lot of the other champions that are 3 attack or less, they either are just good at level 1 already, like Misfortune, Lulu, Zed, or they can level up when played. They don't have a scene requirement like Lux or Trash. But those that do have that requirement, yeah, your win rate against decks that have Quicken will probably be a bit lower than other matchups, I'm thinking. And now we have Massa Crashing Thunder, 3 mana, impact 5/4, and Bano City. This is insane, or is it really? Because if you look it right here, where you have the rarity gems, this has none, so it's a token card. It's not a card that you can actually include in your deck. The card that you actually run is Thunderfist. 3 mana, 2/3 with impact. Yeah. No aggro deck on the right mind would ever play this, I think. Unless we are talking maybe Battle City Allegiance. But outside of that, there are way, way, way better options. And maybe even by playing Battle City Allegiance, there are better options already. But the thing is, when this is summoned, and it's like Fist, I don't know, it's a Yardo. I don't know, I need to see the full art to understand this better. But when you summon Thunder Fist, if you already summon another Thunder Fist this game, transform it into Massa Crushing Thunder, which is the token. So I don't know. Wait, what am I doing? I don't. No, let's put my face up over here. Yeah, I don't know what to make of this. It reminds me of Rock Bears, but like it has impact, and the original body is a body. It's not a landmark. So there are definitely some key changes. Maybe this is what Rock Bear needed to be, Like, yeah, maybe a unit but then it wouldn't play into Elias team. It would be more complicated. Maybe a landmark that summons something, and after X rounds it turns into a rock bear. So maybe it releases like a chip. I don't know, something for the tempo loss. But 2/3 with impact, it doesn't trade into anything by turn 3 pretty much. Um, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's decent against control. We will see. I don't see this card being played. All the other cards, though, I see some nice potential. So I am already enjoying this expansion. And in about 10 minutes, because I am a bit late with this video, I will be doing the review. Not the review, oh, Riot picked me too. But I will be reviewing which will probably be the champion that ties this recall team all together, you know? And yeah, that's it for the video. Hope you enjoyed and see you in a bit actually. Maybe an hour or so after this video is published to YouTube. See ya!